Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to open up and disassemble this HP laptop model 15t-dy200. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is remove the rubber feet from the bottom. We're most likely going to need a JIS1 screwdriver to remove the screws, but to get the rubber feet off, you just get in here. I use my fingernails. You can use whatever works for you, pry tools. A lot of times the little adhesive gets stuck. In this case, it came out with the rubber piece, which is good, so we'll set that aside. Excuse me. All right, this side the rubber piece went missing, so we're gonna have to get the plastic off. So I use a small flathead screwdriver and just kind of get in the edge here. I'm getting some calls, but basically you get in here and then you got to kind of find a little gap that you can get it in. Sometimes it helps to kind of push on the part where the screw is. Let me see if I can even show this, but basically you push down here. You can use like a little tool if you want, like another screwdriver, but you push down there and that will kind of form it, pull it in, and then you can get underneath there. And then once you get under there, you can see we can peel that up, and oops, then we can get that and peel this up. All right, so there we go. We'll zoom out here. All right, so that's if you accidentally peeled off the rubber piece without this, and it won't come out. So we'll set that aside. At this point, that piece doesn't do anything except, I guess, if the screws somehow come loose, hold them in place. Okay, we're going to zoom out a little bit more, and then let's go ahead and get these screws out. So as you can see, there's two screws, or actually 3 screws here, 2 screws here, and then 3 screws here. So we're just going to undo all of those. They are different size, shape, and length, so you don't want to mix them up. Make sure to keep them in order. The way I do that is I put them flat side down like that on my desk in the pattern I remove them. So we got these 3, and I'll keep those 3 in a row. And then we got the other 2, and then we got the other 3 at the bottom. All right, the black ones go under here at these corners, so keep that in mind. All right, if this video helps you out, please make sure to like, comment, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. Subscribe if this video helps you save a bunch of money. Please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. If you can't help out or contribute that way, it helps a lot. If you can watch a few of my other videos, that'll help you so you can learn how to work on computers in the future. All these computers, like this one, I've never worked on before, but because I've worked on so many, I can basically just look at it and figure out how it fits together. So watching more of my videos will help you with that, and it'll also help my channel because it'll tell YouTube that you're interested in my content. All right, also commenting and liking them as well. All right, anyways, I'll use my fingernails to get in the little gap between the palm rest and this base, and then I'll push with my thumb here just like this. You can see it pops off the clips. All right, once you do that, we're going to carefully slowly close that, and then we're going to go around the side. So now that we kind of have this part opened up, so you got to kind of get it all popped out, you're going to work your way around the sides. I actually have a customer here, so I'm going to have to go, but let's go ahead and continue popping all of this out. Okay, just like this. And now that we got the whole front and sides out, this part usually you can kind of lift and kind of wiggle. It does seem like there's a clip in the center somewhere, and I do have a customer, so give me a second and I'll be back. All right, so I'm back. Let's go ahead and continue getting this off. Again, there is like a clip there, so we are going to have to be careful. I'm pulling this case towards myself. Let's see if that will pop these clips. It looked like it popped some of them. Okay, now we'll go to this side. Did we pop all of this out? It seems like it. So I'm going to hold down here, pull this cover up slightly, and pull this over. Okay, and it seems like it's holding really strong. So I don't know, something in the middle. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then we're going to kind of wiggle this cover side to side and see here. Okay, the middle one unclipped, and now we just got a clip back here holding on. I'm not too sure how it's holding, but let's see if we can get underneath there, and there we go. Okay, so I'm getting underneath here, and the clip actually hooks in this way, so you can see the hook. So actually pulling it this way would help a little. Anyways, there we go, we got that open. The customer wanted to upgrade this to a 1 terabyte, so they actually bought an SSD and brought it to me. I'm gonna brush this off a little bit because it is a little dusty here. All right, there we go. Let's set the cover aside, and this is going to be a quick video because the customer wants their computer back relatively quick. So here you can see the inside. battery right here, HT03XL. You got an Intel Optane SSD here with memory as well, so it's not a purely Optane SSD. I'm going to kind of do a somewhat close-up, HT03XL. These screws remove, and then it pulls up. I do have other videos showing how this stuff comes apart, so if you're looking for, there's a lot of very similar laptop models, so keep that in mind. You got this connector to the two USB ports here. You got the DC jack or charge port connector here with the cable running along underneath, and then it actually connects under here with one of those winged plastic connectors that you would grab and you would kind of wiggle to pull it out. Okay, you got the LCD LVDS connector here. If you mess with this, make sure that you remove the battery, open the laptop, and press and hold the power button for at least 15 seconds. That's very important. If you don't do that, you can fry the backlight circuit, you can fry the screen, you can fry the cable, you can fry the connector here. So you want to be very careful with that. All right, you got a fan here with the fan connector here. This fan connector you get underneath the edge here, and then you would pop it up like at the very edge. So this isn't the kind where you pull it out, you actually pop that connector up. Make sure you're not prying the connector on the motherboard out. CPU soldered to the motherboard here. So yeah, you can't change it. If you remove this heatsink, you do need to redo the thermal paste. Make sure. You got the keyboard connector here. I'm pretty sure this is the touchpad or trackpad connector here. You got this cable going to the SD card slot, and you got this cable for the fingerprint sensor reader. You also have the wireless card here, and you have the other speaker connector here. Same thing, this one you pop up from underneath. Wireless card antennas, if you need to remove, you go under the tail and pull them straight up, but you do have to remove this little plastic piece. All right, not really much else to go over in here. If you want to remove the RAM, pull the two tabs to the side and it will pop up. All right, gotta be careful. There you go, it pops up. Then you can pull this back. And this is an 8 gig stick, PC4 3200 AA. All right, so there we go. Click that down and make sure that you push it all the way in. And let's go ahead and replace the SSD. So there's one J1 or JS1 screw here. We'll remove that screw. Then you can pull it up slightly, and then once you pull it up, you can kind of wiggle to pull it out. And there it is, Intel Optane. And yeah, this will work with any M.2 PCIe NVMe SSD. So there's no size capacity limits. People keep asking like, what's the largest SSD you can put? The largest SSD you can put is whatever your money can afford and whatever is available right now, because currently you cannot reach that limit. All right, anyways, we're gonna get this in, and then I'm gonna push from both sides, just like this, kind of wiggle it a little if it doesn't go in, and then drop it down. Make sure that when you drop it down, you can hear it's clicking. There's a raised portion of the metal that should be completely inside this cutout piece where the screw goes. If you have the SSD on top and you screw it down, you can actually crack the SSD on that raised part. So be very careful, make sure that it's in properly. All right, we'll get that screw in. You can see it can still wobble around a little, and that's okay. That's because the screw doesn't go all the way down to tighten on top to crush it. All right, and let's see. Now all that we got left is to put the bottom cover back on and reassemble this thing. All right, and that's pretty much it. So we basically do this the opposite way. We start from the back here, click that in, work your way around the edges. All right, and then we'll get all the screws back in. Make sure that it's all clipped in. You can kind of look and see, you might have to go inside and pinch like this. All right, be careful not to push down on the touchpad itself. You don't want to put pressure on that and then damage it. All right, and anyways, other than that, that's pretty much all there is to it. Hopefully this video helped you out. Oh, they also had this crack. If it did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And yeah, if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. If you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you can watch a few of my other videos. That'll help you learn how to work on other devices in the future, because if you watch like probably 10 of my videos of different types of computers, you'll probably be able to open up at least like 90% of computers. But yeah, watch those, like and comment on them, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. And that's pretty much all there is to it. If you ever wanted to do work like me, all those videos, just watch a few of them, and you should be able to pretty much fix or take apart a lot, like at least 80-90% of computers. All right, anyways, we're gonna just put back the little sticker thingies now, and we're pretty much good to go. We're going to start at the outer edge here, make sure that's all lined up, and then we'll just pull this over and then work our way over to here. All right, and stick that all down, and there we go. And then the same thing with the rubber piece. You want to start at the outer edge here, get part of it in, and then same thing over here, get the outer edge in, and then you just work your way to the center. You can see it will pop up like that, and that's because it stretches a little. So now that you get it to the center, you can push it down and then work your way to the outside to help spread the stretchiness, pushing towards the center. All right, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and power this on. Hopefully it has battery life, and we should be good to go. I didn't pull the battery out. If you did pull the battery out, it does act as the CMOS BIOS RTC real-time clock battery. So keep in mind that the BIOS will reset, and then it will take a while for it to start up. And the computer is booting up now with the new SSD. I did clone it using Macrium Reflect Free. So that software, you don't even have to worry about paying for it or buying it or anything. One other thing, it's a good idea to restart the computer after swapping the hardware, because it needs to restart to reset the system services and other things like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Let's drop this. Bye.